Namaste yogis, welcome. Nice to see you all today. It's a beautiful autumn morning. It feels like an autumn morning. I know we're at the tail end of summer, but it is definitely shifting into autumn. So let's come on to our mats. Have all that you need for your practice. Your blanket folded, so you can sit on it, place it underneath your knees. Cushion will do the same function. Blocks, if you have blocks available. If you don't have blocks available, you can use a low footstool, a low chair, the wall, anything that you can hold on to. And remember, if you don't have anything and the earth is just a little too far, you can use your body and connect with your hands to your body to steady and stable you. Ground into your sit bones here in Sukhasana. Lengthen through your spine. So as you inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, ground through your sit bones. So using the in breath and the out breath to help lift you and add length and height and space. That's the pran vayu. And then the grounding breath, apana vayu, the out breath, is a breath that grounds and releases. So the quality of the breath, the quality of our pranayama is either uplifting, expansive, lengthening, or the quality of the out breath is grounding, releasing, surrendering. So that kind of language that we use in yoga is associated with the qualities of the subtle energy body, the breath. Let's bring your hands into Apan Mudra today. So Apan is the outward energy, the grounding energy. Apan Pranayam, Apan Vayu. So we're going to bring our hands into Apan Mudra. Fold, let's fold in your, I have to learn the names of my fingers, don't I? Middle and ring finger meet thumb. So you extend your index and little finger. Looks like this, like bunny ears or a deer. And then again, both hands. And so have your hands resting on your knees. They can be face down, palms face down, or palms face up. I prefer face down. Feels more grounding for me. We're working with the season of autumn. The seasons, the ritu, there are 6 seasons. And today we're working with Sharada, autumn. As we notice the shift in the seasons, they affect our energy body. The environment shapes the internal energy body. So we seek to come into harmony or balance. And remember, opposite brings balance. Like increases like in Ayurveda, the science of life. So whatever your dosha is, whatever your practice or lifestyle is, we bring it into harmony. So we balance the external environment and the influences of the environment on us. So when it's autumn, it's very windy, leaves are falling from the trees, we can feel unsettled, ungrounded. There's a shifting energy. We're transitioning from one season into the other. So there's change, and change is connected to Vata. Movement is connected to Vata. So this practice is going to be a Vata pacifying practice. So it's less connected to your individual dosha because we're working to balance all of us, whichever predominant dosha we may have, so that we're in balance with the environment. And the season is a Vata season. Let's take a full breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs, expand here, and then retain the breath just for a moment. And then as you release the breath, visualize the breath traveling down the length of your spine to the tailbone. Hold the breath there at the tailbone, the Muladhara chakra. So really grounding down here. And then release this retained breath. And inhale. Again, fill your lungs, expanding. Hold the breath in when you have taken as much breath in as you can retain. Hold it in for a few seconds. Kumbhaka. And then exhale again. Visualize the released breath traveling down the length of your spine to the root chakra, the Muladhara, the base of your spine. And when you've released all of the breath, hold the breath out for a few seconds. And then as you inhale, visualize the breath rising from the ground as if it were a mist. And then allow this mist to fill your lungs, expanding. Hold the breath in when you have filled your lungs as much as you are able. Retain this breath until you can no more. And then releasing the breath again, visualize this breath traveling the length of your spine down to the root, the place at which you are connected with the earth. And when you have emptied and released all of the breath, hold the breath out for a few seconds. And one last round again, visualize the breath rising from the earth as if it were a mist which you are inhaling into your lungs, expanding, filling. And as you reach full capacity here, hold the breath in for a few seconds. And then let's release the breath, traveling down the length of your spine with open mouth this time. Let's return to your natural rhythm. Take a full breath in, full breath out with your own flow. Bring your hands together in Namaskar at the heart, opening our practice by chanting Om 3 times. And for each Om, let's offer it up to the planet, the trees, the plants, the rivers and springs, the animals, the grass, whatever in nature appeals to you, the mountains. So choose 3 things in nature that you want to offer your Om to. Take a full breath in. Om. Full breath in. Om. Full breath in. Om. Hands to your eyebrow center. Namaste. And welcome, yogis, to our Sharad autumnal practice, moving from summer through monsoon season into autumn. Let's get comfortable here. I'm sitting a little too high on my block, so I'm going to come off my block here. In your Sukhasana, inhale, fingertips on the earth, rise up. Exhale, palms together, down towards your heart, to your navel. Inhale, hands to the earth, rise up. Exhale, hands flow down, tracing the spine to your navel. Release again. Inhale one more time to reach up. Palms together, namaskar. Trace the journey through the chakras down towards the navel. Manipur here. Fire, Agni. So during this cold, windy season, we want to create a little bit of heat. Reach up. Lengthen. As you exhale, let's turn over to the right, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Gaze over your right shoulder. Use the in-breath to lengthen and the out-breath to twist and turn deeper. You're grounded through your sit bones. Grounded at the Muladhara. You're turning and twisting at the Manipur. One more breath. Leave that left hand where it is. Reach up with your right arm, tall, and then cross your arms onto the other knee. So crossing at the elbows. Take a moment here, and then let's bring the backs of the hands together or hands to shoulders. Garudasana arms here. Yogi's choice. And then lift your elbows so they're parallel to your shoulders. One breath here. And we're going to fold down towards the earth. So as you exhale, imagine you're the eagle diving down towards the earth. Fingertips can hover or reach the earth, yogi's choice. See how much space you have. Allow your chin to be tucked into your throat, crown reaching down. This sensation of the chin to throat is called Jalandhar Bandh. It is the throat lock. By squeezing your center of your pelvis, you're engaging the Mula Bandh. Inhale, begin to rise up. And then let's uncross your arms, open out wide, reach up, exhale over to the left. Seated twist here, Parivrtta Sukhasana. Gaze over your left shoulder again. Use the in-breath to lengthen, the out-breath to turn deeper. The in-breath is pran, the out-breath is apan. There are 5 types of breath. Vayu. Pran is the in-breath, apan the out-breath. Saman is the digestive, transformative breath. Udan is the enlightening breath. Vyan is the expansive breath. One more breath here. Let's leave your right hand where it is. Reach up with your left arm, cross it over your right. And we're going into Garudasana. Hands can be on shoulders. Backs of hands, right fingertips. Yogi's choice. Wherever you are, let's exhale and fold forward by tucking your chin here. Allow your head and neck to be heavy. So this season of autumn is about change. The leaves are falling, the wind is blowing. Rain can be heavy. This is all cleansing, detoxing, clearing for the winter ahead. One more breath here, and then inhale to lift your gaze, and whichever variation of Gardasana you're, open your arms. Let's take a moment here and then bring them to your knees. Let's bring the soles of our feet together just for a moment. And I'm going to invite you to rub your toes, massage your feet here, because Vata season, and if you happen to be Vata feet, might need a little bit of warming up. So rub your toes with the soles of your feet. Massage your ankles. Let's weave our arms underneath our legs. So you can tuck your elbows into your backs of your knees. Kurmanasana, tortoise pose. Then tuck your chin and lower your head. Squeeze your navel to the spine. Again, this is a very grounding asana. So when the season is about to change, we want to feel grounded and settled. So we're going to, in our practice today, we're creating warmth and a sensation of being grounded. One more breath here. Inhale to lift your gaze, walk your hands back towards your body. Let's take the left foot out so that the left heel is near the left hip. Zigzag with the right. So you create this zigzag. Right shin is parallel to the long edge. Left shin parallel to the short edge. Lengthen here. So place your hands on your knees and lengthen. We're going to twist over to the right here. So as you exhale, use the exhale to turn your body over to the right. And bring your fingertips to the earth. You can stay here. And bring your forearms to the earth. Or you can bring your entire upper body down towards the earth so that your eyebrow center is resting on the earth. And your arms are extended long. Deep twist here. So you'll be in one of three options. And you'll notice the sensation is the same, whether you're down here on the earth or whether you're up here lifted. One more breath here. Walk your hands back towards your body if you're extended on the earth. Inhale to lengthen and then exhale to turn to the front. Take a moment there and then let's counter twist over to the left. So rest your hands on your knees or your heel. One breath more. And then let's extend this left leg long. Fold in this right knee. Janushirasana. Head to knee pose. Turn your body over to the left leg. Reach up. And you can have your hands in your Apan Mudra. And then exhale, hinge and reach down towards your feet. So you can rest your hands on the earth or take hold of your feet or your legs. Yogi's choice. And then when you've hinged over, you can begin to relax your neck, head and shoulders. One breath more. Lift your gaze, walk your hands back towards your body. Take a breath here. Let's bring the sole of the foot to the earth, of the right foot. Keep that left leg extended. Hug that right knee in. Take our arms long. As you exhale, take your right arm and wrap it round your so that you bring the right arm in front of the right shin and wrap your hand behind you. This left hand can reach for your right hand or take hold of your t-shirt. So you can come into a bind, or you can be holding your t-shirt or reaching towards the earth. Spiral your heart over to the left. One more breath here. Release your hands if you have them in a bind. And then straighten up. And let's just counter twist over to the right for a moment. You can hug your knee to do that. One breath here. Let's release that right leg long. Let's bring in the left knee now. And we're going to do the same thing on this side and then move round to balance it all out. So hug that knee in. Take your left arm, reach forward, and then wrap the left arm around the left shin. That left fingertips can come to the earth. With your right hand, reach back and you can take hold of your left fingertips, so you can hook your fingertips, hook your fingers so that you come into a bind, this Ganesh Mudra. Or you can be resting your fingertips on the earth, or you can be holding your t-shirt, your leggings, pajamas, wherever you're in. Keep that right foot flexed. And then spiral your heart over to the right. One more breath here. Releasing your fingers. Coming to center, and then let's counter twist over to the left so you can hug that right knee in, or you can take that right arm over the right leg. Yogi's choice. And then back to center. Let's drop that left knee, coming into Janu Sirsasana on this side. Turn your heart over your right leg. Reach up. And then as you exhale, remember you can have your hands in your Apana Mudra. Reach towards your feet. And then rest your hands on the earth, on your legs, your feet. Your crown is reaching towards your feet. Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose. And then when you've hit as far forward as you can go, then relax and soften your neck and shoulders. One more breath here. And lift your gaze and walk your hands back towards your body. Let's swing that right leg round so that we come into this zigzag pose. Deer pose, deer rotation, right shin parallel to the short edge, left shin parallel to the long edge. Hands on knees to lengthen, create height. As you exhale, let's take our hands over to the left. And again, you have different options. Your fingertips can be on the earth. Your forearms can be on the earth. Your eyebrow center can be on the earth. Come into your variation. Your eyebrow center can be on a cushion or a low footstool. Three more breaths here. And then on the inhale, let's turn back center. Exhale over to the right. Counter twist. So the qualities of this season, there's a chill in the air. the wind makes the atmosphere quite dry, or it's raining heavily. You might still have some of that monsoon weather about. Inhale back to center. Take a moment here. We're going to come onto our knees here. Tuck your toes. This is where your blanket underneath your knees might be quite useful. So if your toes don't feel comfortable here, what you can always do is you can always put them on a block. Gives you a bit more space, and you can be a little bit higher up so that your weight is not resting on your heels. And alternatively, having a blanket underneath your knees will be supportive. I don't have a blanket nearby, and if I take the dog's blanket, he won't be happy. Take a moment here in toe squat. Going to come into Ustrasana, camel pose, opening across the front of the body here. So really we're working with the navel, so hug that navel in. You can keep your toes tucked or untuck them, yogi's choice, depending on how much give you have in your spine. If you're like me and you have less give and you have more bone on bone, then you might want to keep your toes tucked. Inhale to come up onto your knees. Hug in now. Let's hug in your navel. So engage your root lock, Mula Bandha, by squeezing your pelvis. Slight engagement of the sphincter. Hug your navel in towards the spine. Knit your ribs in towards the midline. That's your Uddiyana Bandha. Let's bring the throat lock, Jalandhar Bandha. So tuck the chin to your throat. So all three of your locks, Mahabandha, all three of our locks are engaged. Bring your hands into Pran for a moment. Take a full breath in. Hold the breath in. And then lift your chin, release your Jalandhar Bandha, and exhale completely. Again, let's make sure we have all of our locks engaged. So take a breath in, engage your Mula Bandha, Uddiyana, Jalandhar. Hold the breath in. To release, lift your chin by releasing your Jalandhar. Exhale completely. And you can now release your Uddiyana Bandha and your Mula Bandha if you wish. Let's reach our hands behind our low back. Draw your shoulder blades in together. This is your variations for Ustrasana. And then lift your gaze slightly to the corner of the ceiling where the ceiling meets the wall. Engage your navel band, your navel lock here. This is option 1. You can reach for one foot, reach for the other foot, reach for both feet. So you'll be in different places here for your Ustrasana, for your camel pose. Keep supporting your back. If you have stories to tell there, one full breath here, whichever variation you're in, drawing your shoulder blades together, hips and pelvis forward, navel engaged. Inhale, release your hands from your feet, support your back. Let's move directly into hare pose, the counter pose for Ustrasana. So you can see I'm moving very slowly because I have stories to tell in my back. I'm going to bring my crown down towards the earth. My hands can support me. I can take my hands and wrap them around my heels. My crown is gently resting on the earth. Can round through my upper back. This will release the lower back and give lots of space here. Shashangasana, hair pose. Bring your hands to the earth. Inhale to rise up. Coming back up. Hands on your waist or have your Apan Mudra. Let's reach out long with our right leg. Bring that right foot to the earth. Parigrasana. The left foot can be untucked. The toes can be untucked or tucked. See what gives you more stability. Inhale, arms reach out, Apan Mudra. Exhale, drop your right hand, reach up and over with your left arm. Gaze down towards the earth, your feet. So we're grounding here. Inhale, back to center, arms parallel. Take a breath here, bring the left hand to the earth. Reach up with your right arm. Vastisthasana, Ardha Vastisthasana. Side plank variation. You can stay here if you wish to go into side plank yogis. You can extend your left leg long and come into side plank. Or stay in half side plank. Yogi's choice, you can cross at the ankle. Lots of ways of doing this. Gaze up or down. Bring that left knee down. Come up onto your left fingertips. And back into Parigrasana. Beautiful yogis. That was probably the longest side plank, Vastisthasana, that we've ever held. Let's bring that right leg in, bring your knee in. Let's go over to the left. So extend your left leg long this time. If we lose power and connection again, just keep on with your practice, come back to center. You know, we always do two sides. So if we happen to be out, we lose connection on one side, we can just carry on with our practice and do the other side. Extend your left leg long. Open out your arms with your Apan Mudra. Keep that left foot connected with the earth. Drop your left hand onto your left leg and reach up and over with your right arm. Gaze down towards the earth. Inhale through center, arms parallel. And then let's bring the right hand to the earth. Reach up with your left fingertips. Let's all be here for a while. And then when you're ready, extend the right leg long and come into Vastisthasana on this side. So let's hold it for the same amount of time that you did on the other side. Kidding, you don't have to. Engage your core. One more breath. And then let's bring that right knee back to the earth. It was lifted. Come up onto your right fingertips here before rising up. Back into Parigrasana, gate pose. And then let's lower the arms, bring the knees in, tuck your toes, hands to the earth, rise in mountain, Parvatasana. Just ground down through the balls of your feet. Your heels are intending towards the earth, not necessarily connected. You can always place your heels on a block or a rolled up blanket. If you so choose. Tailbone reaching up. Hug your navel in towards your spine. Let's take a full breath in and Visualize the breath traveling the length of your spine to the root. Hold the breath in there for a moment. And then as you release the breath, imagine there's a mist rising on the in-breath. Exhaling to the root. And then there's a mist as you inhale. One breath more here. Bend into your knees. And then let's take a slow walk or jump, if you wish, to the top of your mat. And come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Take hold of your fingertips and walk them over to the left on the earth. So your fingertips are connected with the earth and you're in a twist over to the left. Bend deeply into your knees here. And then bring your hands together in prayer. Release your fingertips to the earth. Let's straighten through your legs. Walk your hands around the front over to the right. Fingertips on the earth. Bend deeply into your knees. And then bring your hands in prayer. So here your belly should be connected with your right thigh in particular. Or your left thigh may also have your belly resting on it. One more breath here. Release your fingertips to the center. Back to center. Straighten through your legs. Halfway lift. Crown reaches forward. Tailbone reaches back. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Now, as you rise, bend into your knees. Come up into chair pose. Bring your hands into your Apan Mudra. And what I suggest you do is have your arms parallel to the earth, palms face down. You can have them up alongside your ears if you choose. But you'll notice that there's a different sensation. When you lift your arms, it feels more uplifting. But when you have your arms parallel, palms face down, it feels more grounding. One breath here in Utkatasana. Inhale to rise, standing. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Let's stand in mountain here. Tadasana. Lift your toes and place them on the earth one by one. So your feet can be hip distance wide here, or big toes touching, yogi's choice. Hands in Apan. I'm going to do 3 rounds of Apan pranayama here. This is a clearing and cleansing breath to shed and release and make way for a dormant period, for a period of hibernation in which we have already cleansed and detoxed and released. As you breathe in, imagine the mist rising from the earth and you're inhaling that into your lungs. Allow your lungs to fill. Feel connected through your feet with the earth. And now, drop down into that connection with the earth through your feet. Sense that your Mula Bandha is engaged. Squeeze your pelvis. Hold the breath in. This downward breath. Now exhale through your nose. And imagine the mist is being released from your body. Inhale the mist as it rises from the earth through your nose, filling your lungs. Hold the breath, and as you release, allow the breath to travel down the length of your spine to the root chakra. Hold the breath there. And then release the breath. Inhaling, visualizing this mist rising from the earth. Pan pranayam. Exhaling. Allow the breath to travel the length of your spine to the root. Connect with the feet, the sensation of the feet on the earth. Holding that breath. And then taking a full breath in, allowing the mist to fill. Let's move on with our practice. Return to your natural breath. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to earth. Reach back long with your right leg. Let's bring the right knee to the earth. Drop that knee to the earth. Connect here with the earth. Place your right hand on the earth and then draw your left fingertips up towards the sky. You can choose to gaze down or gaze up. I'm choosing to gaze down today for grounding, for connecting with the earth. One breath more. Exhale, bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Shuffle the left foot out. Turn the toes out so that the knees and the toes are facing in the same direction, a 45-degree angle. Dragon pose here. Let's tuck the right toes. Fire up some of that heat. So autumns are often associated with bonfire, the burning of the leaves. So we shed and then we transform with fire. Wood burners, your fireplaces, all that lovely warmth that we create through Agni. You have the option of lifting your right knee here. If you lift your right knee, push out to the right heel. With your left hand on the inside of your left knee, begin to gently turn the left knee out, roll onto the left outer edge of your foot, and spiral your gaze up towards the sky. You can keep that right knee on the earth if it gives you more space. Exhale, back to center, gaze down, bring the left hand to the inside, lift the right knee, shuffle that left foot in. Inhale to rise into high lunge. Have your hands in your Apan Mudra. Exhale, reach your arms alongside you. And come into a diagonal with your upper body so that your crown is reaching forward. Your arms alongside your body. Connect deeply with the left foot. Keep reaching back with the right heel. One more breath here. We're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana, but the twist version. So bring your right fingertips onto the earth or onto a block or your footstool. And then when you're ready, bending into your left knee even further, hop your right foot off the earth so that your right toes can either just be lightly connected with the earth or halfway. This left hand can come on your left hip. Remember, your right hand can be on the earth or connected with a block. And then let's spiral that left fingertips up towards the sky. So there's a lot going on here. The right hand is on the earth or on a block. The right toes are just resting gently on the earth for balance, or you're lifting them up. The left hand can be on the left hip or reaching up. One more breath, and then bend into your right knee. Step forward with your right foot to meet your left. Bring your hands to the earth. Take a moment. Inhale, let's rise through Chair pose, Utkatasana. Again, arms can be parallel. Exhale, hands to your heart. Twist over to the left, hook your right elbow over your left knee. Parivrtta Utkatasana. Chair, twist. One breath here. Inhale, turn your gaze to center, followed by your heart. Reach up with your arms to come to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment here. Connect with your Apana Pranayama, the sensation that the in-breath is traveling down the length of your spine to the root. Then notice the momentary pause there. Connect with your feet at that point. And then the out breath is releasing the mist. The in-breath again is drawing up the mist and allowing it to travel down the length of your spine. Pause at the root chakra. And then the out breath is the mist rising from the earth. The in-breath is inhaling that mist and inviting it to travel down the length of your spine to the root, momentarily pausing there. Connecting with your feet and the sensation of the earth below. And the out breath is the mist releasing. The in-breath is the mist rising from the earth into your lungs. Come back to your normal breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to fold down towards the earth. This time, let's step back along with our left leg. Bring the left knee to the earth. Take a moment here. Left toe can be tucked or untucked. Place the left hand on the earth. Inhale to draw the right fingertips up to the sky. You could have your Apana Mudra here. You can gaze up or gaze down. Exhaling, the right hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Let's walk that right foot out to the edge of the mat. Turn the toes and the knee so that they're pointing in the same direction. One breath here. Dragon, feeling the heat. If you're ready, you can always lift your left knee off the earth. I'm going to go into winged dragon version. So roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Take your right hand to the right knee and spiral your heart and gaze up. That left knee can be lifted or on the earth. The yogi's choice. Exhaling. Turn your gaze back down towards the earth. Shuffle your right foot in. Lift your left knee off the earth. And let's inhale to rise for high lunge. Take a moment here. So we're going to come into that Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana pose with a little twist, half moon pose with a twist. So left hand can be on blocks, on a footstool, or directly on the earth, yogi's choice. Bend into your right knee and then hop your left leg off the earth. Remember that left toes can stay connected with the earth for balance. You can still feel the sensation in your right leg because this is a balance. So we're actually working our right leg here. That right hand can come to your right hip, or you can reach your fingertips up towards the sky. One full breath here. Bend into your left knee and bring it in to meet the right foot here. We're going to come into our Utkatasana twist, and we'll turn around so you can see me because we're going to twist over to the right this time. Let's walk our hands over to the right and bring our hands into prayer here. Parivritta Utkatasana. One more breath. Turn your gaze to center. Let's move into chair pose here. Arms parallel perhaps, palms facing down, middle finger and ring connected with the thumb. Inhale to rise into a standing mountain, hands to your heart. Take a breath here. Connect with your Apana Pranayama. The in-breath is drawing up the mist from the earth, down the length of the spine, pausing at the root. The out-breath is releasing of the breath, the mist to the earth. And the in-breath is rising mist to the spine and the root. Take a moment here. We're going to come into eagle pose, the last few moments of our practice. So, feeling grounded here, eagle pose, a bird of flight. So bringing the majestic nature of that bird. And we're going to have it perched on a cliff top here. So let's bend into both your knees. Options are going to be for your feet. Crossing at the knee for everyone. Those right toes can be on the earth. You can wrap the right toes around the back of that left leg. Options for your arms. So we're going to have our left elbow on top of our right elbow. Hands can be on shoulders. Backs of hands together, or wrap your right fingertips onto your left palm. So you will have a combination of places for your feet and hands. So wherever you are, come into your variation. So the right knee crosses over the left, bed deeply into your legs. The right toes can be on the earth or wrapped around your left leg. The left elbow is on top of the right elbow. Hands can be on shoulders. Backs of hands together or right fingertips on the left palm. Feel grounded and connected through the left foot. Sit deeply here so that your Mula Bandh is engaged. Engage your Uddiyana Bandh. So even though this is a bird of flight, you can feel the connection with the earth and the root here. One more breath here. Open your arms, uncross your legs. Maybe shake out that left leg. And then re-root, re-ground into your Tadasana, standing mountain. Use the Apana breath imagery. Bend into your knees. And let's cross the left leg over the right this time. Toes can be on the earth. You can always cross that around the back of your right leg. This time we're going to have the right elbow on top of the left elbow. So again, hands to shoulders, backs of hands, or left fingertips on the right palm. Garudasana, eagle pose. Sit deeply here, whichever variation you're in. So here, a creature of movement is in stillness. So knowing that even though the season is changing around you, you can be in a place of stillness. There may be movement in the body, movement in the environment. Our nervous system may be activated as we notice all the change. One more breath here in Garudasana. Open your arms, uncross your legs. Let's come to the earth, folding forward as you do. And then directly into Sukhasana. If you wish to take Shavasana, you're very welcome. It is your day. You can do whatever you like. Go back to bed. Get warm, cozy. My dog knows it's the end of the practice. Come into your Sukhasana. Ground down through your sit bones. Lengthen through your spine. Hands in your Apana Mudra. So middle and ring finger touching thumb, index and little finger extended. Cleansing energy, this period of release. Maintaining our internal balance in response to the external environment. So we're in a Vata season, this seasonal shift. So we adjust our practice, adjust our diet, adjust our lifestyle in response. Remember, we all have an aspect of Vata in our doshas, even if it's not a predominant dosha for you. Let's take a full breath in through your nose. Visualize the mist rising from the earth as you do that. Travel the breath down the length of your spine to the root. Hold the breath out there. And then when you release the breath, again, imagine that you're releasing mist to the earth. Inhaling to inhale the rising mist. So if you take walks, you'll notice the ground is more dewy than usual. There's a dampness in the morning of mist rising from the earth. Allowing that in-breath to settle at the root before releasing it back to the earth. Take a full breath in through your nose. Hold it at the root. Hold, hold, hold this breath in. If you have engaged your Mula Bandha Uddiyana, well done. Remembering the bandhas. And then let's release the breath, this mist back to the earth. Bring your hands together in Namaskar. Closing our practice by chanting Om Shanti. 3 Shantis, one for each of those magnificent aspects of nature that you visualized at the start, to whom you offered up your Om. Let's now offer up our Shanti. Inhale fully. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad. Thank you for joining me for my Sharada autumnal practice, Vata pacifying practice. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you are with me live, thank you so much for joining me. And I shall see you during the week. Don't forget, if you love reading, I've got my new book club, the Radical Yogi Book Club. The first book we're reading together is by Rennie Ido Lodge, Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. I mean, I talk to white people about race all of the time. That is a slightly tongue-in-cheek title. She's a really good writer, and she's like only really picked up. People have only really become really aware of her in recent time. So I recommend reading her book and joining me for the club. Otherwise, my lovely yogis, have a wonderful day. Enjoy this Indian summer / early autumn we're having in the UK, and I'll see you all soon. You can unmute yourself.